Since the state governor joined the All Progressives Congress, there have been quite a number of developments. The governor now leads a committee on revamping security training institutions across Nigeria. He also champions the voice of the Southeast on the National Steering Committee for the Renewed Hope Ward Development Program. Governor Mbáh has also been in the spotlight for welcoming defecting members of opposition parties, and now with the nomination of the Enugu State Attorney General for a ministerial role by the president, it is clear that this new political alignment is opening doors and attracting influence. But the key question this evening is, what do these high-profile developments really mean for Enugu State? This is Enugu Kwenu. I am Nathalie Uku. Good evening. Good evening and welcome to Enugu Kwenu. Joining me this evening as chairman of the Caretaker Committee of the All Progressives Congress in Enugu State, Dr. Nwoye. Good evening, Dr. Nwoye. Thank you so much.
Good evening, Natalie. Thank you for having me.
Right. It's quite a cool morning, and of course, evening has been an afternoon as well. I'm sure a packed day for you. But I want us to start with all the developments that we've seen in Enugu State of late, or even outside Enugu State. The governor has been given committees to chair, other causes to champion for the Southeast, like the ward development scheme. And we are seeing the governor traveling out more, traveling out of Enugu State more. But I would like you to give us your overall assessment of what all of this means for Enugu State and the average Enugu resident, Dr. Nwoye.
You know, when on the date of our governor's defection, which is 14th of October 2025, he said he has arrived at this decision. It was not a joke. It was for the interest of the Enugu. And we can see it happening now. We have a governor who is a superstar. He is not an ordinary governor. He's an exceptional human being. And so the things that he had done in Enugu, that's why you see the traveling going on, is being replicated. They are now asking him to come and replicate it. First of all, on the 4th of January 2025, President Tinubu came into Enugu and inaugurated the Command and Control Center. And 160 DSR car, that is the distress response vehicles, equipped with AI-assisted camera. We are everywhere in Enugu. You can watch it from just the command and control. There's a rapid response system to stop crime before it happens, or to stop crime while it's on its way. You see the reduction of crime. You see our own internally generated revenue going on. So Natalie, what they're doing, when you hear the travel, those travel is that they want him. He's playing national politics now. For 10 years, since 2015, Enugu State had been locked in. We didn't participate when it's time for us to air our view. Other people were giving us minister, and you saw the disaster that happened. I was on one of your shows in the morning then, and I told you what will happen. All the hanging fruits were now being plucked by us. We are going to be having, under the Renew Hope agenda, 1,000 empowerment for all the ward in this country. And Enugu State, we get 260. That is 260 people being empowered. Our governor will be in charge of that. He'll be in charge. He will be distributing these things, coming down. Very recently, a few days ago, I was in Yanagoa, Bayelsa, to welcome Governor Nwoye Dere. And I'll tell you what, any Enugu indigene who was at that airport, and by the way, the airport is a nice airport, but it's about 1/3 the size of I'm talking about what do you call it, the holding room. It's about 1/3 the size of a Holy Ghost bus terminal, which was built by Governor Peter Ndubuisi. But when you arrive there, you see other governors coming in on white jets, but there is chartered jet. When our own governor arrived, you'd be proud to be an Enugu indigene, because he came in with his own jet. And guess what the jet read? Enugu Air. Enugu Air landed. Everybody saw that Enugu is in Bayelsa.
All right. I mean, it's great that you clarified that, because as soon as you said jet, I guarantee you, people started to wonder if Enugu State is now going to join the Jets controversy. So let's leave that at the Jet 2 holiday, right? What do you have to say to people who believe that all of this is a distraction from development in the state, that believe that they miss the routine of the governor before he defected?
No, I think they misunderstand the process. We have the renewed hope agenda of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu being infused with the transformative agenda, the developmental stride of His Excellency, Dr. Peter Ndubuisi Mbah. You see now, I've said this before, he wants to mix this up. He wants to take something from center. Just recently, yesterday, by the way, there's a nomination, a ministerial nominee, and he has somebody from his cabinet, the Commissioner for Justice, moving up. He's been nominated. Dr. Kingsley Udeh, he's been nominated to serve in the federal cabinet. What that does is that he has opened up the space. If Governor Peter Ndubuisi Mbah did not defect to APC, somebody else, like before, somebody else would have nominated the person. In the all likely event, they would nominate their friend, whether they are qualified or not, whether they are ready to serve
so
or not.
I asked you a key question. I asked, and I'll rehash my question. I asked you, Dr. Nwoye, what do you have to say to people who see this move as a shift from his routine and that they miss his previous routine? They miss when he was in the state half of the time. Now, in just a few weeks, he's been in Enugu as well. He was there as well. We have the photo of him there. He's also been in Abuja receiving the House of Rep defectors, in Enugu. He has been around, and of course, more to come. So, if you were asked this question, would you say, oh, well, you can see the Commissioner for Justice? That's not the response. What do you have to say to these people?
They are missing the point. Governor is not governing alone. Governor is not moving with government around. He has people. Every ministry is manned by people. He's the best recruiter who captured his best. Is Senator Dino Malai. When he came into Enugu, he said other governors should come to Enugu and learn how to recruit. Just 2 days ago on Monday, I actually hosted women in politics, the appointees. We hosted them in the APC Secretariat. You see talent. You see talented women. Both those of them in the House of Assembly, those of them as commissioners, about 5 of them who are members or who are deputy mayors in various local government. If the woman who is in charge of the GTC, she was there. All these people, the woman who is in charge of the healthcare, the primary healthcare is a woman. She was there. So the woman in charge of your tourism, she's there. So all these people are not moving with Governor Peter Ndubuisi Mbah. Listen, a best coach, or rather the best manager, is the one that picked the right people to manage. You are here as a reporter. You are not the GM. You are not, I'm the host, by the way. You are not the GM of this studio. But whether the GM is here or not, station is running. So Mbah has put the right people in place. That is why now, I said it before, he's now moving good people from his own cabinet and giving it up to the rest of Nigeria. So now we have from Enugu, the best of Enugu going to Abuja, and they will see the best of Enugu there.
So then what does Enugu get? Why should Enugu accept this? What is in it for the average Igbo man? If we're taking our best hands, barely just have over 2 years into the administration, out into Abuja, where does that leave the average Enugu resident?
It is us taking our place in the polity. Remember that this country is forged in the tripods. The tripod is the Yoruba, Hausa, Igbo. For the past 15 years, the Igbos, one of the tripods had fallen off. Mbah is now reconnecting, is readjusting it so that this country can stand well the way it used to stand. Before it used to be, before Mbah's president, what we have is just the Hausa and Igbo, the Hausa and the Yoruba. Now, a true leadership has emerged. I told you, this man is a super governor. He's not an ordinary man. And he has demonstrated it. In 2 years, look what he has done.
Dr. Nwoye, I see how you throw my questions away and answer the questions you want to answer. Perhaps you're asking yourself those questions because I'm not asking you those questions. I mean, we have just over 260 smart schools in the state. People are wondering when all of them will be completed. Are we done with the states before going on the trajectory to Abuja?
I think you're missing the question because you're stuck with what you want to hear. What you want to hear is that those primary schools and the primary health care, type 2 primary health, they are in place. People are in charge of them. They are being built. You want Governor Peter Mbah is not the engineer, he's not the contractor, he's not the teacher. This is a man that is not up to date, yet is up to tomorrow. He has moved up from just sitting down in Enugu and thinking about the things. He has put people to be in charge, and now he wants to play at the national level. We should be appreciative of that. And I think Enugu people and the Igbo in general, a new leadership has emerged, and our superstar has emerged. And what we have now is the best of Igbo, the brightest of the bright people are now at the top gear. We now have the tripod in place. And very soon, you will see his report. He's been charged to bring out a report within, I think, 30 days or so. And he's working on it.
Dr. Nwoye, you're doing it again. All right. You've said two things that have struck out to me. First thing being that the governor has set up a competent team, a cabinet, a delegation. Second thing you've said is he has a delegation. Now he can basically travel and develop Nigeria because he has a delegation. So do we still have a president and do we still have a governor? That's the question I have for you.
Absolutely. You have the president, you have the governor.
But the president's responsibility is Nigeria.
He doesn't do it alone. He do it with the people. We're in the nation building. Enugu does not exist in isolation. Southeast does not exist in isolation.
The question I'm asking you, Dr. Nwoye, is if there's a president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, why does he need our governor so much? Why is our governor being given everything to do? We still need our governor back in Enugu. So if there's a president of this country, why does he need the governor to do everything else?
I think you're missing the point.
Direct me in the right direction.
In today's technology, okay, no matter where you are on earth, for example, I'm a businessman. I'm able to hold meeting with my employees and give direction. A governor is like a coach. He's not a player in the field. He has players in the field. In a football coach, you sit and you direct. He directs him from anywhere on earth where he finds himself. So you're dealing with an advanced governor. You are dealing with an advanced government. You're dealing with a modern governance. In a modern governance, you apply technology. Gone are the days when you think you just sit in one place and hold meetings.
Dr. Nwoye.
He's holding his executive meeting. He's doing his work.
Dr. Nwoye.
Yes.
Ndi Enugu wants their governor at Lion Building.
Okay, sitting down at Lion Building.
90% of the time. They want him here directly overseeing the project. What about Hope Uzodinma and Francis Wifuru? Are we going to have another Hope Uzodinma of Enugu State?
No. What you don't understand is the concept of modern governance. In the concept of modern governance, you apply technology. You don't govern in the olden days when you say you must sit at the Lion Building.
Are you saying that Enugu State would now be governed with technology?
Absolutely. It's being governed with technology.
Dr. Nwoye, clarify what you mean.
When we're dealing with modern governance, you don't sit one place to govern. You're able to apply what we have. That he's in Abuja or Yenagoa does not remove him from Enugu. He's in contact. He's in such a place where, with the speed of the lightning, he can respond to anything. He's at a place now where you can use the modern tools and still do your work, just like you're here now. You have your little pad on your hand.
But you said something. You said, I'm here. That's why I'm here now.
You are here.
I'm here.
But look at what you're doing. You have your pad. You are able to communicate. You are able to get information. You are able to decipher. You are able to send out things. We are here and people are watching us from all over the world. That is what he's applying. He's not like Enugu of yesterday where Lion Building is stationary. Lion Building these days moves. And Lion Building can be anywhere. Work is being done. The smart schools are being built. GTC is working. Okay, water is running. Security infrastructure is intact. We are not getting people being killed. Enugu Air is actually up and running. All these, the terminals, they are being running. Okay, because the man doesn't need to sit one place and isolate himself in a place called Lion Building. Now you have the physical Lion Building, but you also have the virtual Lion Building. So wherever he is, he has the virtual Lion Building. He can give directive. He can monitor. As a good coach, as a good team manager, he has plug the right people in different places. You want him to sit and micromanage where every morning he gets up in the olden days and he holds a meeting in a long table. Now you can do all those meetings virtually. Then the government at the federal level, they are seeing what is happening. He has always done that. Remember, this man comes from the business sector. So being from the business sector, we've moved up in terms of our internally generated revenue. He's not doing it for one place.
I want us to take a look at this photo on screen. Now, of course, that is showing the state governors basically welcome to November message, of course, when he welcomed Enugu residents to November. Of course, that was shared on his social media page. Now, this particular photo, Dr. Nwoye, that you're looking at, does not sit well with a lot of Enugu residents who would say things like, even if Jesus Christ were to be the flag bearer of the All Progressives Congress, they would never accept it. You're looking at it. What do you have to say to people who still struggle to see their governor receiving defecting members of the government and also of the House? They don't want the infinity cap on the governor. What do you have to say to them?
I understand that. Love is emotion. It's like love. There's a love for PDP. But what we have to do is we tell them what have you gained from PDP? For the past 10 years, since 2015, they have never participated in national discourse on the country growth. Okay, when it was the turn of Enugu to produce the next president, what did the PDP do? They zoned it, they opened it. They said you can come from north, south, or central. And guess what? Atiku Abubakar showed up again. That was why Peter Obi left. Peter Obi left, but before now, they were in PDP. But all this, Peter Obi left and said, I'm not going to give any shishi. We don't give shishi. And then they were still, because it is all emotional. In their emotional set, they still went after. But then that yoke was broken in 2023, because they saw that they've been cheated. That was why you saw the movement towards the obedient movement. Right. That was why you saw Enugu turning into labor, except with the governor himself. Because the Enugu people, the core Enugu people, understood that they've been cheated by the PDP. That was why you saw once they were cheated. So the same thing now. We are going to tell them that you have arrived. You have taken your place. You are involved in the national discourse. Forget the emotion. What you have is a platform that cares about you. Your governor is being given responsibility because they know he can handle those responsibilities.
But the concern is that these responsibilities could become distractions. We want all of this happening in Enugu State. Yes, Enugu State, I think the people are entitled to want all of this for themselves because they voted him into power. They don't want him doing a lot of the things at national level. They want everything being done here for them, domiciled here, domesticated in the state. What are you saying to these people that cannot accept these dividends going outside of the state?
They have to understand that Enugu does not live in isolation. And Governor Peter Mbah going out of the state physically does not stop him from his work. His physical work is being done.
But the concern is that a lot of the news articles we've seen have seen the governor, traveling or receiving something, one appointment or the rest. We have not seen the same level of infrastructural work on the steady as we were seeing before this defection. They're concerned that he is traveling too much. They're concerned that a lot of the infrastructure is going to be left fallow. They're concerned that the government may be busier attending to all of the southern states, going ahead to review and preview all of the security institutions, whereas the other infrastructural projects here will be left in the hands of people who may not have or hold it as dear as the governor himself.
But listen, Natalie, I understand that. Like I told you about love being emotion. Enugu people are in love with Governor Peter Mbah for what he stands for, what he has done. They are in love with him. And I appreciate that. And sometimes when you're in love with someone, it breeds jealousy. So the infatuation and the jealousy where they become like the jealous spouse who does not want the husband to look away or the wife to look away, who doesn't want anybody to side, even if the person is going for the interest of the household.
So what's the interest in all of these works you've seen, all of these appointments? What is the interest of the average Enugu indigene? I want to understand, Dr. Nwoye. Why should all of this be my business? Why should it matter to me that the president is nominating a Kingsley Udeh to replace the science minister? Why should it matter to me that this state's governor is handling the security institutions of a whole? Why should it matter to me that the state governor is handling the Renewed Hope Ward, development program? Why should all of this matter to me? What is in it for me as a voter?
Okay, let's start with the Kingsley Udeh. You heard about what happened, the debacle of the allegation of certificate forgery. It happened because the person that was nominated was not vetted internally. An outsider placed that person. So it matters to you as an Enugu person. That was a shame that was brought to us when they say that a man who served this country for 2.5 years or 2 years plus does not have the certificate. It's an allegation. He has not been proven. No charge was brought against him. Now that there's an internal vetting, Kingsley Udeh was not the only person that was sent. There are multiple people. But there's an internal vetting that went on. Now we have somebody with a verifiable character, verifiable prior profession, verifiable credentials. You have it. It should matter to you that we will now have an SAN, a serving commissioner of justice, going up. It should matter to you.
What would it will matter to me when you tell me what it's going to do for me? What is it going to do for me?
What is going to do for you? One is your image. Because when your image is battered, like it was battered with the allegation of science and it looks like everybody in Enugu is going about with forged certificate. And
Are
that would
you
include
saying that Uche Nnaji brought embarrassment to the state?
Yes, of course he did. So he did. It was an embarrassing situation.
It's an allegation.
I told you that it was an allegation. I prefaced it. And I prefaced it's an allegation. And that allegation had not been placed where it's supposed to be placed, which is a court of law. It has been judged on a court of public opinion. He has continued to deny it. The Senate have refused or failed to do their duty of calling him back, of subpoenaing him and seeing that what he presented to them was fake. The NYSC have failed to push the justice to charge him. UNN has failed to bring him to say, they've accused him of forging their certificate. They have failed to bring him to justice. That's not my fault. The DSS have also failed. The police has also failed. So the point I'm making is, for you as an Enugu indigenous, like you said, you are embarrassed. We want to clean it up. So we brought someone, an SAN, someone who's already serving, who had gone through screening by Enugu State House of Assembly before he became a commissioner of justice, whom we know his credential is good, different places abroad, whom we know that we can verify it. So that is number one. Then when you talk about the security stuff, security is not static. If Governor Peter Mbah has secured Enugu, we have border states. What he did in Enugu, when the Mr. President saw it, he said, aha, we are border state. We have Benue. Benue, they come from the north. If we only secure Enugu, we don't secure Benue. We have failed. If we secure Enugu, we don't secure Anambra, Ebonyi State, Abia. We have failed. So what does the Mr. President do? He said, this man has the idea. Since you have the idea, we want to, in the interest of Enugu, not in the interest of the country at large, but Enugu, you cannot be secure with your DSR vehicles and your command and control center. Let us replicate Enugu in the 36 states plus the federal plus Abuja. If we do that, this country at this time, when they are talking about
Enugu residents, Dr. Nwoye, want more. Enugu residents want more. They are not satisfied with what is on ground. They want more. You're saying that all of this should be replicated across the states in Nigeria. We don't think we have enough. Tell me how all of this is going to improve. How is Enugu residents how will Enugu residents get more? How are they going to get more out of the governor that they elected into the office?
Yeah, they are already, you just use the right word when you say Enugu residents want more. It's like they will deliver a twist story. They want some more. And the governor is doing some more. You ask me a question of security. I've told you. You talk about the getting the impact, what will happen, what will he do with respect to empowering indigenes, using the Renewed Hope agenda. If this man has used the small resources we have, has managed it where we now moved from bottom, I think number 27 to number 5 in terms of internally generated revenue. If he has done that, we want to see a new Nigeria. Enugu is not in isolation.
But back to Nigeria again. This is not Enugu. This is Enugu Kwenu.
Enugu does not exist in isolation.
When I say we want more, what is in it for Enugu residents?
What is in it is that
what are we going to
get? When Benue is secured, we will not have the herdsmen, Marudin crossing line. They will be able to secure their own boundary. When Ebonyi is secured, they will be able to secure their own boundary. The same thing happens in other borders like Abia and Nambra. But if you just say Enugu is in isolation, remember Enugu is a crossway between north and south. So if this man has the Midas touch, Governor Peter Ndubuisi, and they have done it in Enugu, and they're saying, okay, Enugu does not live in isolation. People from Enugu, they travel, indigenous travel. Sometimes they are victims of crime once they cross state line, borderline. They will benefit if Benue is secure. They will benefit if Kogi is secure. They will benefit if Anambra is secured. They will benefit whether in the commerce, whether in the industry. So these things we depend on each other. You are in global world.
I understand.
You don't live in isolation.
Dr. Nwoye, Enugu State, the 17 local government areas of Enugu State, what do they stand to benefit by the governor getting that recognition on the national stage? Can you list out to me the different things that as an Enugu resident I should prepare for? Not what I will benefit from because Kogi and Benue are developed. What would being here, what are the things that he could bring to the state? Before now,
somebody else appoints your minister. Maybe you don't know that. Someone from Imo State appoints who becomes minister. And when the person appoints, they direct who they appointed to fill in parastatus in the ministry. I wouldn't name the parastatus, but I can tell you, go and check some of the leading parastatus in the science and tech, where it is now. People who are leading it before now. That denies Enugu indigen from being part of that parastatus.
We're still discussing, of course, Enugu State with a new political shift. I'm still joined by Caretaker Committee Chairman, APC Enugu State, Dr. Ben Nwoye. Dr. Nwoye, before this interruption, you were talking about the ministerial roles and now Enugu State having a voice to do that. No one else deciding that for us. So that's one. What's the second one?
Okay, but you agree with me in terms of not just ministerial, but things that comes with it.
Right.
That is one. The same thing when it comes to board appointment. When it comes to board appointment, every state, following the federal character, have their own portion of it, be it the grade A board, B, C, and the non-graded boards. Before now, someone else from Imo State was in charge. They get the pods and they go to Imo State. I'm talking about between 2023 to present. You can't submit your own record and say, okay, I'm qualified, I can sit in this board. Then first, go back, rewind back from 2015 to 2019. Somebody from Katsina, he's late now, Abakari, was in charge of Enugu ministry because he's the one that appointed his friend.
That's right.
The minister. So, but Enugu lost out 10 whole years. Where you are now, I was a chairman for those 8 years. We will submit a list. The list is made nonsense of. Even the federal character system, where employment is supposed to be held. You saw what happened to Guinea Kator. Guinea Kator was a federal character commissioner who fought tooth and nail to help employ Enugu people. So up to now, the Enugu, because we didn't have a governor who could push, the young woman wind up spending all her 4 years or 5 years at federal character commission fighting the chairman. At the end of the day, she was supposed to be reappointed. If we had a governor who pushed for that, but she was thrown out. She was thrown out, and I have no offense. The young man from Enugu'S North who got appointed after some months of ouster to become the commission. I love the young man, but it was not recommended by our governor. It was our governor not in place. It was somebody from Afia State that recommended him. And then, but what we have now is, despite the fact it's recommended, now that is recommended by someone outside, our governor can now protect him. Ginika had no protection. When she was being attacked, when she was saying that the Enugu people were not getting their own share of employment, they tagged her a troublemaker. They suffered her. They relegated her to the background. Nobody was calling for her. She was left with no protection. And Enugu citizens suffered. So if you go through ministries, you are not going to have a lot of people being employed.
All right,
within that period.
That established. Enugu State residents have been possessed by infrastructure for at least over 2 years. Are we going to be weaned of that being possessed? Is it over for us? Are we done with infrastructure? Is it all about policy?
No, what you just seen is the beginning. Let me tell you, citing of projects, citing of federal projects, because what you see happening in infrastructure is the one done by Governor Peter Ndubuisi Mbah with the Enugu State owned fund, be it the derivative fund from the federal government or the internally generated fund. But when decisions are made as far as citing of project, there is some institutions that have been approved, but they have not started. Governor Peter Ndubuisi Mbah can now go and take it.
Is that happening right now?
It's happening as we speak.
Is that happening right now? Or are we spending too much time in Enugu?
No. No. Enugu thing was a few hours.
Is that happening now?
Yes, that is why it's in Abuja.
What's the progress? Because that's what we want to hear. What's the progress with that?
That is why he's in Abuja. These things, you have to lobby with your own kind.
How long?
The man is less than 3 weeks in the party. So he has to meet people. He has to shake hands. He has to say, listen, you have approved it. Senate has approved it. President has signed it. But the money has not been in place. He must talk to people. He must say that I must have something to show my people. I think it's supposed to be, one's supposed to cite at Ike, another one's supposed to cite it somewhere in Kano East there. All these things are things that when he comes in, jobs will be created, money will be flowing within.
What do you have to say to those people that believe that the governor did not need the validation of APC to win in 2027?
You know what? They are correct. He did not need the validation of APC to win. He can join any party to win. But I'm just outlining to you that in the last 10 years, we lost out. And those things we lost out, Governor Peter Ndubuisi Mbah cannot wait to regain what we've lost. And we are seeing it already. I just told you. He's not going to, by the way, when he goes to Abuja, he doesn't stay at fancy hotels. He stays in Enugu Government Lodge. That has not happened for a very long time. So he stays there in work. If you see this man, he doesn't sleep. Sometimes I beg him to take some rest. I go to meet him. The man is up. He has practically no personal life. He's up and working. Now he has gone there to bring these porks home. To say, yes, this stuff is on the ground. Remember, just recently, sorry, I forgot to tell you, Enugu lost out of when the service chief were removed. The chief of naval staff was removed. Do you think that it just happened? He was in Abuja when chief of naval staff from Enugu was removed. Guess what?
What happened?
A chief of air staff of Enugu Indigene was brought in. He couldn't have done it. That would not have happened. Because now you have check orders that were removed. You have a super governor who is a man with high intellect. He went immediately and started scouting. Do we have anybody up who can do it? It's historic. It's unheard of.
Speaking about scouting, some people are questioning this new nomination of the Commissioner for Justice for Science, Innovation and Tech Ministry. How does that fit his credentials?
Number one, the assignment of portfolio belongs to Mr. President. It is presumptuous. What he has nominated is a ministerial nominee. He doesn't have any portfolio attached to it yet, but without admitting that he's going to man science and industry.
Right.
Remember that Fashola manned the Ministry of Works, Housing, and Power. Fashola has no engineering background, nor does he have a robotic engineering background. So it's about administration. It's about being able to make it work. Governor Peter Ndubuisi Mbah, who is today our governor, he's a lawyer.
Right.
And then a businessman who is playing very high at the top oil and gas. We're talking about the downstream oil and gas. He is not a petroleum engineer. It's about the ingenuity of management.
So what you're saying, the clarification you're giving us is that there is no clear portfolio for the Attorney General and Commissioner of Justice of Enugu State, Dr. Kingsley Udeh. So we're not even sure if it's the Science Ministry.
Absolutely.
So how did the report start to make the round that it was going to be the Science Ministry?
Because,
that's a big question.
People generate, there are too many uninformed people. Now you
they looked at the gap in the ministry.
Exactly. But that's not the only gap. There's a Ministry of Labor in gap. There's other gaps. But they're not looking through. We have 48 positions. You see, you are smart journalists who research, who do some work. Now you have the online people, the content creators. They just spring out something. You might be the one and informing them that the man is a nominee. There's no portfolio attached.
Right.
Historically, no portfolio is attached into any nominee until the person is vetted. When the person is vetted, then portfolio is established. We don't know what portfolio. The Tinubu can decide to reshuffle his cabinet. He can decide to give any office to him. For now, I think about 3 or 4 ministries. There's a gap there.
Okay. So you've said a lot of things that point us in the direction of a governor that is going to be needed more on the national level. If you were to talk about the percentage distribution, how many percent would you say would fulfill the governor being in Enugu State? I mean, what's the percentage distribution between Enugu and having to attend to national duties? 100%, what's the percentage?
I think you want to hear a number from me. And all I will ask you is, look at the concept of modern governance. In modern governance, you apply modern technology. You've established
that, Dr. Nwoye. You talked about digital governance. I use my tablet as an example. I get it. Now, from your experience, you have been in politics for a long time. You've seen how the APC governors flow. From 0 to 100%, what do you think is the percentage timeline that the governor will be spending in the state versus having to travel to perhaps receive other defectors?
Not just to see other defectors.
Receive them.
You're not to receive them
welcome
only.
Them.
Not only to welcome them, but also to attend to other pressing
so what's the distribution?
State issue. Number one, governor has to go up to Abuja to attend to NEC meeting.
Established.
You have that. He has to go to Abuja at any moment his attention is needed to attend to security issues. He has to go to Abuja. So he will be in the state as much as is required
0
to
to
be.
100%. What's the numerical rating?
We can't. I'm sitting here today. I can't give you a number, but I'm giving you.
You can't give an estimate.
No, I can't. What I'm giving you is, if it's required 50% of the time to attend to important state issues in Abuja, he will go 50% of the time. If it's needed in Enugu, to be in Enugu 70-80% of the time to attend to internal issues in Enugu, he will be in Enugu. Whatever he's doing it in the best interest of citizens of Enugu State.
It's great that you talked about interest. I mean, you said it, not me. I have to ask you this, Dr. Nwoye. What is the interest? For the life of me, I need to understand this. What is the interest of the federal government in Enugu State?
Enugu is a strategic state. We are the meeting point between North and South. Enugu is historically the capital, in fact, of the South, before the amalgamation of Nigeria. The entire business transacted in the Southern Protectorate was transacted here in Enugu, except Lagos, that they administered Lagos from Lagos. So, and then when he moved on to Southeast or the Eastern region, Enugu is the capital. So there's a lot of strategic interest. We now also want to go into the area of mineral. The Nigerian nation ran at one point with the coal before oil. The black gold was oil. We ran this country from that train was built was because of the black gold. This is the coal. So we can't leave those history. So when you have a governor of Enugu, a rising star,
okay,
they know that where the Enugu, now you have a new leadership.
Because the way it's going, people tend to think that this has more to do with the individual than the state. Because a lot of the things we're seeing is about the individual. What does it have to do for the state?
I just told you. It is why you see the individual is that you have an exceptional character, an exceptional and A+ human being who is driving the states. Look at what has happened. That is why, when you are the driver, the focus will be on you. Mbáh is the captain. And he's the person also, is the striker, scoring goals. And he's doing it with his team. A striker does not strike and score goal. I see your boss, I'm speaking with someone who understood soccer or basketball. If you're the point guard, all eyes are on you. Michael Jordan was the point guard. Mbáh is the point guard on all these things. They are feeding him. He has all these people he employed to work with him, but he's the guy. So when he's not around, they think that the point guard is gone. So
let's bring it back to Enugu because we have like 7 minutes left on the program, and I really want us to touch Enugu. So we saw the Labour Party candidate, Chijioke Edoga, defect from the People's Democratic Party to the from Labour Party rather to the People's Democratic Party. We're not sure if he's still with the party or if he has defected to the APC. Has he? Could you confirm that?
Yes, he defected to APC.
Edoga has left
He's
Labour
a member
Party.
of my
He has gone to PDP, and so Chijioke Edoga has defected from PDP to APC. So that's 3 defections. That's 2 defections in 1 year, right? When he defected to the People's Democratic Party from LP, he was not given any kind of appointment or nominated for anything at all. But suddenly the governor defects and he gets all of these things handed to him. Many people seeing that as a vote of confidence by the presidency on the governor. What was different, in your view, in the case of an Edoga? Why wasn't it easy to place him? What was the reason to defect if there was nothing in store?
I think
it's a different case for the both of them.
I think you are being a little bit too fast and too presumptuous that nothing has been given. There are assignments. Enugu is a political machine. It's
what
a
are the
movement.
assignments? Tell us about the assignments. I want to know the assignments.
Sure. The process that led to PDP moving to APC, Enugu was part and parcel of it. The political engineering that took place behind the closed door. I also worked closely with him in that process. Without his input, we would have had some struggles. He was among the people that smoothed it. Things that happened behind the closed door. These are not things that everybody knows. He helped in organizing a lot of meetings, in a lot of movements, a lot of... Remember, this is a statesman. Enugu, you see, is a perfect gentleman who understands when to play. He didn't defect because of him. People are thinking about, oh, he got nothing. He got something. He got something for his state.
So he was handed over the assignment of perhaps easing the transition from the People's Democratic Party to the All Progressives Congress. At what point did Enugu defect to APC?
Officially, he defected the same day the governor defected, which is on the 14th.
On the 14th.
The 14th of October 2025. And he didn't do it alone. He moved with all these people that he helped. Remember that people did not just, yes, they were saying, wherever Mbáh goes, we go. Yes, but people have to help us preach. I wasn't preaching alone. He was a disciple who understood. Remember, Enugu was once an advisor to the president under PDP. So he understood the struggle and the structure.
So what's in it for Enugu? Now he has defected to APC. Would he also be traveling to Abuja?
You know, Enugu understands that, or he understood, it's not about Enugu. It's about the people of Enugu State. The Enugu that I know does what he does for the interest of the Enugu. A lot of people attacked him. Those who never understood attacked him on why should he leave Labour Party. But he saw what Peter Mbáh was doing. And he said that he is the biblical Peter. In the biblical record of Peter and Saul changing and being converted and all that, when he heard the word. When he saw what was happening, the disruptive innovation that was occurring in the Enugu State, he knew that Governor Peter Mbáh can do more if he's hooked up with the center. And so he helped us.
So during the media chats, the state governor said that the option of reconciliation would be considered to bring together the All Progressives Congress in the state. As you know, Ugwabala has not been very happy with your emergence as Caretaker Committee chairman. What's the progress with the reconciliation? Have they reconciled?
We've reconciled.
So tell us about the relationship between you and Enugu.
I and Enugu have a very cordial relationship. I called him. We are talking. He's contributing into the new ESCO. Remember that all the ESCOs were dissolved. As we are reconstituting the new ESCO, he's contributing people. It's not just Ugwabala. Remember there's Adobu, who ran for Senate. Remember there's another Professor Nick Eze, who ran for Senate.
That's true.
In Enugu West. There's also George Ogala, who was the deputy governor of the party in 2023, okay, from Enugu North. Of course, you have the former gubernatorial candidate of APC, Uche, who later became a minister. So it's not just him. And you have the ward, all those people who were ward chairman, women leader, youth leader, secretaries. So it's not just Ugwabala. We are reaching it. That's why I was slightly late today.
Okay.
I was meeting people.
It's great you clarified it, right? So now we have one more question, 1 more minute. You have just like 60 seconds for this question. What does a Governor Peter Mbáh mean for a Governor Francis Wifuru and Governor Hope Uzodinma of Imo State? What does it mean? Is Governor Mbáh the governor of the Southeast because of the attention he's receiving from the federal?
You know, we don't have, he's a super governor in my own personal estimation for what he has done within 2 years. No other governor has done it. But each of these states you call, they have their own territorial integrity.
Is Governor Mbáh the governor of the Southeast?
No, he's not. He's not. And there's, by the way, you hear the language of, there's someone say that somebody is Governor General. Governor General no, he's a cake. He's in the days
So what's the word you prefer to use?
He's a super governor of Enugu State.
All right, so are you rating him above the other two APC governors? I know we're here for APC.
super governor of Enugu State.
So that means Hope and Wifru, they're not super governors?
They are not super governors
okay,
of
they're
Enugu
super
State.
governors of their state.
I didn't say that.
Are they super governors of their state?
I didn't say that.
So what are they?
I don't live in their state. They are the governors of their state.
Okay.
My own governor is the super governor of Enugu State. And I love him for this commitment. And I always pray for him, for God to bless him and keep him alive so he can do more. Because this man didn't need to be a governor.
What do you have to say?
But he is because of us.
I would like you to please look into your camera. That's your camera. What do you have to say to Enugu residents who still struggle to accept this political realignment in Enugu State? In just 30 seconds.
I'm just pleading. Look at what is coming to you. Look at the changes that is coming to you. This is not a shift in any way. It is not a negative shift. The shift that you are getting is a positive one. Now you have your own governor nominating who will be the minister. The same minister, this has created space. Other people will come up and occupy his position once he moves up. The same minister will fill people in parastatals. The governor will now be able to administer what comes into Enugu. Very recently, our chief of staff, naval staff, was removed. He's able to attract the chief of Air Force, the air staff. It never happened before. Right. Check other states. Never happened before. He's about to attract a new university and a new college of nursing. He's out there trying to get funding, trying to get federal presence. He's not traveling for personal gain. I was with him at Enugu State Governor's Lodge, Abuja. He's working for you day and night. He has no personal life. It is just that commitment that made me to come back and become APC chairman, Caretaker chairman again, after 8 years.
Dr. Nwoye, thank you for your time on Enugu Kwenu this evening. I'll continue to watch and see, hoping that we see more advancements in the state and that this starts to reach everyone. Thank you once again, Dr. Nwoye.
Thank you, Natalie, and thank you, Enugu Kwenu.
Well, after this program, you're going to be joined by Afia TV political economic correspondent Nnamdi Obanya as he brings you up to speed with security matters ahead of the Anambra State governorship election set for Saturday. So don't go anywhere. In just a few seconds, Nnamdi will replace me on this seat and bring you up to speed with that. And of course, a special guest will join him. Until we meet again, same time, same channel next Wednesday. I remain your host, Nathalie Uku. Good evening.